Hello. Getting myself adjusted here. Is that better? I think that's better. Hi guys. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. How are you doing? I know I went to go log into Mama V's. I was actually going to be in there early for a chance, and I guess they're having really bad weather in Arkansas, and she couldn't get online to do her live. So that's a bummer. I hope she's staying safe. I hope. Randy Jameson, hello through Mississippi. Hope your weather is better than the weather here in River Valley of Arkansas. Yeah, it's headed your way. Yeah, I know we're supposed to get some questionable weather. When did it say it's supposed to hit us? Let's see. I think it might be Friday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It says thunderstorms and rain. It looks like maybe, I don't know when the worst of it's supposed to be. Doesn't look like too bad tomorrow. It looks like just a brief one for like an hour in the afternoon. I don't know. Hard to tell. I'm sure Mike will tell me if I need to panic or not. He usually does. But I hope it's not. I was gonna process a bunch of birds on Friday, but if it's coming a flood and thunder, lightning, I won't be doing that on Friday. So which would be a bummer. But you know, right now, I mean, it's been sunny and beautiful and warm, and we had a couple showers come through the last few days, but then we had some really nice weather, and then, you know, so Hey, Paul Honeyman, what's going on? Hello, Auntie Anne. Heartland HQ with Think and Tank. Hello. David Glunt in Delaware. Hello. Greg, what's happening? Always appreciate a good flamingo emoji. We're having bad weather here as well. It stormed all day. Oh no. Oh no. See, and you know, this could happen here too, but I've noticed that, see, in Oklahoma, you guys have the wind, you have all the things of the south, the wind, the tornadoes, but then you also get the stuff from the north, like the really bad, sometimes like snowstorms, and then you also get the fires. And so I'm like, that's a lot. So I'm like, I'm kind of glad we didn't move there, because that would have me in a constant panic with all of that. And then Arkansas gets hit with the big snow and the stuff too. You know, not that we don't get hit with heavy rain and the tornado warnings, watches, tornadoes, you know, but I don't know. At least I only have to focus on one thing. It doesn't seem as bad to me. You don't have to worry about fires here, you know? I mean, yes, fires can happen anywhere, but it's not like I don't know, it's not like a thing here, you know? I left a fired state. I didn't want to have to worry about fires anymore, because those freak me out too. Just missing the earthquakes. I know, exactly. They are. That's it, Greg. That's got everything but. it's like rapture all together, minus the earthquakes. Oh, bless. Thomas, hello. What's going on? Bobby Vanover from Virginia. What's happening? Oh, look at you, both from Virginia, Thomas and Bobby. You guys maybe you're neighbors. I don't know. This year is the first time for fires in a really, really long time. The fire department was not prepared. Oh, well, see, and California has fires every year, and they're still never prepared for them. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, fire season lasts from basically from May all the way through like November. So you got a couple months usually in California. We don't really have to worry about fires too much, but you know. Sid and the Diva, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna pop out or not. I'm not sure what he's up to. I haven't touched base with him in a minute, so I'm hoping he comes out, but we'll see. We'll see. Guys, we got more babies. So yesterday I drove out to and you'll see this on Friday's video. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. You'll see this on Friday's video. Drove out to Reinhardt Katahdin Farms, and he is the largest registered Katahdin producer in northern Mississippi. for now. No, I'm just kidding. but anyway, so I went and got a couple girls from him, and obviously, you know, they haven't really let me get near him yet. I did get them to come up today with some grain. And when they were kind of eating with the girls, I managed to rub on one. But when the other one saw me rubbing on the one, it got up and walked away. And then as soon as she lifted her head and realized I had been petting her for the last 2 minutes, she walked away too. But baby steps, baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I'll get them there, you know, because the other ones, even elk cow now, I can get her to like let me touch her without food. She doesn't want to be loved on like the other ones do, but I can like walk up and touch her, and like she doesn't bolt like she was. So it just takes time, you know, just takes time. Nice here, been working on Kenny Jr. He is so stripped down, no front axle, no heads, no loader, bucket, or arms. It's just a motor sitting in a shell, sounds like, David. I don't know. In Roanoke. I always think of Croatoan when I hear that, whenever I hear Roanoke. Jackson County, Mississippi. What's going on, Billy? I'm cutting out a little. Oh, bless. Well, I don't know. It's not giving me any warning signs on my side, and all my bars are here from the Wi-Fi, so I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. Oh, Paul says it's on your end, Ann. It's your fault, Ann. You're the one that's glitchy. See? Well, it could be all those storms you're having right now, or storming all day and whatnot. You never know. You never know. Reverend Joe, what's happening? Hello from Eastern Iowa, and blessings. Mark and Debbie, 2 old people on a couch. What's happening? How y'all been? Did I already ask you if you guys are going to the meetup? I can't remember if I asked you or not, or if I've seen you since that question has flitted across my brain. But there it is, and there you are. So the one that's in like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, the one mid-May, whatever. Storms between can cause hot. I think he meant that, but I got you. I'll fill in a tea. Pat, I'd like to buy a tea. That's right. See, he corrected himself. Look at that. E. There you go. But anyway, so I went and got them all settled, making progress with them. You know, it takes a little bit of time, because, you know, you guys know my theory about this is that, you know, eventually these sheep are going to be, if they're good breeding stock, are going to be bigger than me. Some of the rams that I saw yesterday at his place were the size of like Great Danes. They would have stood this tall next to me on the couch, you know, like from the ground. I mean, big boys. And I got a couple chunkamont girls. They're pretty hefty ladies. One of them, she's got a little strut. She's like, you know, she got her whole thing going on. So they can get very large. And so since we're starting our flock small, my goal and my idea is that I make them as friendly and as like used to me as I possibly can, and people in general, but specifically me, because I'm the one that's going to need to deal with them the most. You know, if there's any doctoring that needs to take place, if there's any, you know, a lot of the times of moving them and whatever is gonna be me. So it'd be easier if they like me, listen to me, don't view me as a threat, aren't skittish, and try to bolt the other direction. Like, all of these things are helpful. So as it stands right now, the 5 ewes that we got, a few weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago, I think, 3 weeks ago, whenever it was that I went, I can't remember now, I have to go back and look, but time just goes like this. I can walk up and I can pick them up, I can pick up all their feet, I can mess with their mouths, I can look in their ears, I can do all the things, and they don't balk at it at all, except for Elk Cow. She's getting better, but she's not quite there yet. And so I hopefully to, you know, get these 2 girls that way as well. Was looking like Mike 5. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Mike 3 was looking like Mike 5 in this last video with the climbing on the tractor. That's true. There were a couple moments that I was like, oh boy, how's this gonna go? But it all worked out in the end. And then Frankie was cracking me up because what you didn't see, because I was filming, there was a few times where I walked up, took my chancla off, and killed a wasp next to the truck because she was losing her mind. I eventually did go get the spray that I use on the anthills and around the perimeter of the house. I tell you what, I have not had any wasps come a-calling so far, knock on wood, around the outside of the house. Now there's some that I've seen up at the top, like at the, like, because we have this big barn 2-story thing happening. I've seen some outside that window in the bathroom up there. But down on the porch, nope. Walking around the backside by the garage, nope. So far so good. That stuff's working, and I hope it continues to work. But we'll see. Anyway, so I brought that stuff and sprayed it around the perimeter of the truck because there was a couple wasps that they had like took the nests out when they were cleaning, and they were like agitated. But you know how when they're looking to make nests, they're kind of slow and floppy a little bit. They were kind of like that. So some of those I sprayed and some I hit with my shoe, and so saved her life a couple times. But yeah, gotta love it. Never turn your back on them. That's true. Especially the rams. They can be a little aggressive, just like any ram, goat, ram, goat, buck, goat is what I was trying to say, or ram, sheep. When they hit maturity, anything with a pulse is fair game sometimes. But Sai is like, I can literally, if he sees me and I kneel down and call him to me, he comes running for snuggles. And the other day was the first day that he got a little bit bumpy with me, but not bad. And it was very much more like, don't stop petting me, like, because I had stopped. Very much like a golden retriever kind of vibe. But that can change. When they hit those hormones come to fully into play, he can decide one day that he wants to mount me, and there won't be anything I can do about it. So, but if I can get him as tame as I can in the meantime, that's the goal, to try to make him as safe as possible. And then it was funny, and I didn't include this part in the video just because whatever, but I'll tell you guys because it's not, obviously anybody has access to this, but it's, lives are a little different than videos that you put out. When I walked into the sorting pen to go pick out the lambs with him, he was like, just be careful of this guy. And this guy was like a big boy. And I was like, oh, okay, noted. And then he's like, and you're not like, he's like, I don't know how to like ask this without being personal. And I was like, and then I realized what he was trying to say. And I was like, oh, I'm good. We're safe. I'm like, menopause, they'll leave me alone. It's fine. And he laughed. He's like, oh, that's good. So, but anyway, but yeah, it's true because like if a woman is having her cycle and you walk into a breeding pen, they can smell it, sense it, vibe with it, all the things. So, I know how it goes. So anyway, now I don't have to worry about it. Not going to make it. My son graduates, so we can't make it. Oh, well, at least yay for graduation, but boo, that you won't be there. So there's that. Can your dog herd sheep? No. So neither of my 2 indoor shepherds are worth a darn when it would come to anything like that. While they have shepherd in their name, when they were puppies, they would sometimes help me with some stuff a little bit, but not like they're trained to do that. If we get to the point where we have a really, really, in a few years when we've built the flock out, and we feel that it's necessary to get a sheepdog, we will, like a what's the word I'm looking for? It went out of my head. The breed just went out of my head. I can picture the dog, black, white, low to the ground. They do that thing, and then they get them. Can't think of the word. Cannot think of it. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about, though. Investing in one of those that you get it. They're already trained with sheep. They're already like, 2 years old by the time you get them. They're not cheap, but they're fully trained, and you just insert them into your flock, and then they live with you in the house. They go out, they work, they come in, which is not super exciting to me because my goal is, after these two wonderful dogs next to us are no longer with us, that I don't really want to have an indoor dog again. At least one that won't shed if we do a dog again. But I've got two big outside dogs right now. I'm like, I don't need another inside dog personally. But I got my cats, I'm good. But there's just so much hair. So much hair. I could vacuum 12 times a day in here, and still some days it feels like I can't make a dent in the hair. So Frankie's truck is a Chevy C10 Custom Deluxe C10. Yes, correct. That is right. Can sheep eat potatoes? Here's the thing. So you're getting into controversy a little bit. So the potatoes, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe are also like tomatoes, where they're in the nightshade family. I'm waiting for Mike to chime in because he hears me, maybe. I don't know. I think they are. I could be wrong. I'm not the plant person. But typically with those things, you want to limit or not give. And I can't really see a scenario where I would want to give the sheep potatoes. But as any animal can eat anything once, or a small amount of it usually, and it's fine. I know a million dogs that have eaten chocolate and not died. I also know dogs that have eaten chocolate and died, or people that have had dogs, I should say. It really just depends on a lot of factors, but yeah. Fire ants. Yeah. Not a fan of the fire ants. I know. I went after them hard the other day, and then we had another rain bout, and I've noticed a bunch more popped up. So I need to go on another killing spree. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll take my little sprayer out there and go hit a few spots that I saw that had popped up. Yes, thank you. Border Collie. That was it. I don't know why I couldn't think that. I kept wanting to say like collie, but in my brain when I was saying collie, I was picturing like Lassie and not the right dog. And I was like, that's not it. Why can't I think of the word I'm looking for? But Border Collie. That was what I was looking for. Thank you. You're hired. Laura, we have an Aussie Shepherd. She's old now and not trained. She was, somebody else had her and they wanted to get rid of her, and so we adopted her. We took her in. We were like her third family, and we've had her ever since she was a year old. But she's not worth a darn when it comes to most of that stuff. There is a little bit of that. Well, now that she's like old and slow and partially deaf and probably doesn't see very well, she was always good at like the recall when you called her back, and she had that same like kind of stance thing, but now she's like, did you call me? Oh, okay, I'm coming. Like, she doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, and they're scared of their own shadow. So I mean, they're good guard dogs, don't get me wrong. They will make you think that they are fearless, specifically Lundy, the German Shepherd, but they will let anybody, I mean, they would let somebody come in here and hold us at gunpoint if there was during a thunderstorm. Like, it wouldn't matter. I don't think that they would try to protect us at all. They would just be like, just give me my drugs, Mom. I don't care what happens. Like, it wouldn't matter. But, oh, bless. Fire ants do love Auntie Anne. That's right, Patrick. I'll eat a tater anyway. It can be cooked even raw. Love them. Oh, you're not supposed to eat them raw. That whatever that thing that's in them, it like builds up in your system and makes you sick. I forget what it's called. Are the sheep smart enough to not drink glowing water? I hope we don't have any glowing radioactive water around here. They drink out of their water trough that I changed the water in. I think they'll be good. Old, slow, can't hear. I know. I can relate. They both let you love on them. Yeah, they're good dogs. I mean, and they kind of got the vibe. Like after the first couple people showed up for Freedom Weekends, they were like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." They had like, I don't know if you remember Auntie Anne, but I had to disappear inside for a while because they both got nervous. Well, I don't know if they got nervous or somebody fed them something and that made them sick, but they were fine after that. um, but yeah, so but they're very social when we have people over or whatever. Once they realize, like, oh, this is one of those days where people are coming over, they're cool, you know. Patrick says he's driving, so we won't be replying to everybody. But we're glad you're here at any rate. My feet taste good to them. That's right, 100%. Make Mike jealous. We went to the Amish market today and up to Reliance, Tennessee. Got some elderberry plants for the backyard. Nice. Green potatoes and ham. Oh my. Yeah, my elderberry, we have elderberries on the property, and I've made syrup the last 2 years that we were here. Last year's batch, though, was kind of mealy and not great. The first year, I was really happy with how my syrup turned out. Last year, not so much. So I'm hoping this year, they had a lot of pups sprout up this last year, and I'm hoping that I can get to them before the birds do, but once they're actually ripe, because that's the hard part. Like, I almost have to put a net over them, one of those like tool nets or whatever, anti-bird nets, to protect the berries, because the second, and I mean the second that they turn ripe, if you're not out there plucking them, you almost have to do it like sporadically. You can't just harvest it all in one day, which is what I did the first year. But this last year, and I don't know if it had to do with like how much rain we got, or because I think we had a drier year last year, drier winter than this year. And so I was able to harvest them like more sporadically the first year. Last year, I really had to harvest them in like 2 big bunches, and they weren't quite ready, but the birds, like some of them weren't quite ready, but the birds had already picked over half of them. And so it was like, I don't take them, and they were not, it was not the business, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? And then we had, what do you call it? My brain just shut off, dude. Seriously. Like literally just whatever I was gonna say just went out. I have no idea. I'm sure it'll come to me eventually, or it won't, but that's the nature of it. Okie dokie. Put plastic snakes in the elderberry bushes to keep birds away. That's what I do with my blueberries. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to try that. I will also very likely give myself a heart attack when I go to harvest, because I will have forgotten that I put them in there. So there's that. But that's a good idea. I can go down to the Dollar Tree and get a bucket of those. That's a good idea. I'm going to try that, David. I wonder if it'll work. The wettest winter. I'm so tired of rain. That's what I was going to say. Yes. So we had, I mean, not like a record-breaking wet winter here, but definitely very, very wet. And the downside of that is, while the pasture looks like it's flourishing and doing great, is because it has so much, essentially, I'm going to dumb this way down, but essentially it's got a lot of water in it, and it makes the animals poop, like diarrhea poop sometimes. So my lambs have been taking turns kind of having a little bout of that. So I've been giving them hay and a little extra grain to help them get through that. But the one had it real bad today. But she seems like she's doing better now. I checked on her a little while ago. And of course, she's one of my smaller ones too. So of course she's like, the most likely to get dehydrated and all the things. And you would think that like, oh, it's got extra water in it, and but it has to do with the protein levels and all this stuff. And anyway, it's a whole thing. So it's just how it be. But yeah, so unfortunately, and I guess our buddy that has a bunch of cattle is having the same problem. He's got a bunch that had diarrhea. And it's just this, as beautiful as it makes everything, the grass is not as ideal for your livestock right now. So a lot of people will supplement with, straw, or not straw, but like hay, and supplementing with grain or pellets or whatever. So I've been giving them a little bit of grain every day, because they're not going to be grain fed. But right now, while I'm trying to tame the base of our flock so that as the flock grows, as we have more ewes born and whatever, it'll be easier to have the majority of my stock be able to be worked with more easily. That's my goal. And so I don't mind spoiling them a little bit more than I would, you know, later down the line once they're used to me. And then with this wet grass diarrhea that they've got right now, off and on, a few of them, you know, giving them that little bit of green is kind of helping with that. But that is a good idea about the plastic snakes. Oh, what am I not showing? Come on. I must have missed something. What are we not showing the other David? On vacation next week. Oh, on vacation this week. We want to come visit a couple of days, but can't get your husband to text me. He's really bad with his phone. And he's also been slammed at work this week. Like super slammed. Like ridiculously. To the point where like I've barely seen him for most of this last week. I saw him a little bit on the weekend. but that was it. But I'll holler at him. I'll holler at him. Dawn, our flipping homestead, what's going on? Fake snakes, I know. I'm still gonna scare myself with them. To check out Robbie Layton's latest video. He just started shortening a long bed CJ10. All right. I know that Frankie and him have been checking out all of the truck videos, looking at different ideas, because she's, you know, for a while there, she was like, no, I want to paint it. I want to make it as original as possible. I want to make it look like it just rolled off the lot, essentially. Take it back to 1972, you know. But now she does like the look of the patina trucks, but some more than others. And now I think she's kind of kicking the idea around of, now that we've taken the bed off, of turning it into a flatbed, you know, and doing the metal like rack in the back and then the metal side rails. I think she's considering that, like heavily considering that. And she's found some pictures, some inspo pictures, as she calls them, for what she's thinking. And I think she still wants to keep the paint on the cab like blue and white. I haven't heard anything different. I don't think she's wanting to like change the color scheme, but I think she's also kind of kicking around the idea of, she found a guy online that does patina on trucks, and he does it differently. Now I haven't seen it, so I can't describe it for you guys, but she's like, it looks really cool. And she's like, and he changes his truck like every 2 weeks just because he likes doing it so much. And like, it's so easy for him with this way he does it. And it looks amazing. So I'm like, well, that's worth thinking about, you know? Oh, put them all over the mountain. That would be kind of funny. Put the hide plastic snakes all over. We could do that to Tim, though. We could do that to Tim. That would be funny. And we could hide one somewhere, wherever Kaman is staying, like wherever his little, he's probably staying in the, whatever the, what do you call it? The ridge crib or whatever. Yeah. David's probably going to stay in there. So we could hide him. We'll figure it out. It's storming there. I heard that's, Mama V couldn't get online to do her live at 5 because, presumably because bad weather. So plastic snakes work great in my blueberries. Problem is the real snakes love the blueberries. Oh no. I have never seen snakes in my elderberry tree, but the birds do love a good elderberry. So a flatbed would be good. That way, when she's loading with Kenny, she doesn't hit the side of the truck. Yeah, right? That too. That too. Well, and the other thing we were thinking of is like, we have the commuter car, we have my truck, and then we don't have a trailer, but now we would have this flatbed that, you know, so we're just thinking of like, that's one thing that we don't have already. So you know, just kind of, and she likes the idea, you know, it was kind of her and Mike sort of brainstorming about it. And, you know, David is staying with Grandma Carol in the cabin. Oh, well, I don't want to do that to Grandma Carol. Although if we put her in on it, that could be funny. Like have her hide some in his bed or something. I don't know. Don't let David see this video. He never watches our videos anyway. Was it Tim always says he never watches anybody's videos? Well, he doesn't really. Every once in a while he'll pop in or whatever, but you know, David's terrified of snakes. I don't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if I walked up on one, but I don't think I would be terrified. I'd get terrified if I got bit by one that was venomous. I'd freak out. But there's a lot of steps generally between seeing the snake and getting bitten. Now, if you just step on it, but like I walk nice. When I know I'm in an area where like, okay, this is like snake real estate, I walk nice so that I don't make the snakes mad. You know? It's a great in Delaware. Oh, David Lent in Delaware. It's a great long bed that they took off the CJ10 that he was shortening. Personally, I wouldn't have shortened it. Yeah. If it's in good condition, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And then we could blame Tim. You're terrified of snakes? Well, you'd be in on the gag. You'd be in on the gag. Eddie Family Farms, he's terrified of snakes. And the wife and the kids, Stephanie and the kids, I've seen it like twice now where they've done like a prank on him where they like have the fishing line tied to it and they put it down and kind of hide it and then move it. And he jumps 10 feet in the air and runs screaming for the hills. Like, it's the funniest thing, you know, because here he's this like, you know, cop. He's like tough guy. Jumps 10 feet in the air when he sees the snake. Yeah, I don't like snakes either, but I'm not scared of them. I mean, I had a pet snake when I was a kid. I had a ball python for a lot of years. But python is different than, you know, a venomous wild snake. Also, you know, like I wouldn't be scared of somebody's dog, but if I run into a dog in the wild that is clearly like a wild stray, I would also be nervous, like, you know. So that's one of those things. There's some stuff that like it's fine when it's in nature as long as it stays away from me, you know. Like I love animals and I love all that stuff, but certain ones I could do without every once in a while. I'm like, I don't need the snakes. Tim will be with David and yell snake and David takes off. Oh, bless. That's funny. Just get in David's way when he's running from a snake. I didn't want to get squished. That's right. Tim's got cameras and a locking gate in his place now. Oh. Well, I would make Tim in on the gag. Tim would be good at like helping us do that. I'm just saying that would be kind of funny if we hid snakes specifically for David. Although I would feel bad if he's like really that scared, but also it would be funny and completely harmless. There's another daytime skunk running across the front yard. Plain as day. Just running through. This is the second time I've seen this. Just running through the yard. It's over by the implements.
You stuck out there?
Yeah, big one. It's running. It just ran right behind the implements, like on the pasture side. It's a big one. I mean, it's like it's cruising through the yard. This is the second time I've seen one during the daylight like this. And what the first time I saw it, it was, and it looks like that may even be the same one because it's a chunky one, and the one I saw was chunky. And it was even earlier in the day. I want to say it was like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So you don't see that a lot. So that's why I was like, great, it's a rabid skunk out in the middle of the day. Oh, bliss. Oh, well, we can still put fishing line on rubber snakes and make them move. And they'll still, you know, still freak them out for a minute. Favorite snake is a puzzle. My favorite snake used to be snakes and ladders. What? I missed something. I don't know. Hide one in the grill. We all know David can't stay away from cooking. Yeah, that's true. We'd have to do it before somebody turned the grill on, though, because then it would be rubber melted in the grill, and that would be bad. Remote control snakes. Now we're getting out of hand. Oh, another skunk. I don't know what you guys heard. There's a skunk that ran through the yard, like in the middle of the day the other day. And Mike just went out there with his gun to try to go find it. Because obviously I have my chickens like 20 feet away from where it just ran. Oh, he sees it. He just put his gun up. You guys are going to get the play-by-play. Oh, no, he lost it. Or he shot it. I can't tell. I can't tell what gun he's got with him either. I can't tell if that's the Ruger, the 22, or I have no idea. Anyway. But yeah, I don't really, and I lost, so my Jenny, that, my heritage breed Jenny disappeared. Cannot find her. I walked all around. I don't see any remnants of her. No kerfuffle of feathers, nothing. I have no idea where she went. And I walked around today a good piece looking for her, and unless she has made a nest somewhere really weird and is sitting, I have no idea where she's at. Absolutely no idea. Because she can fly. She can fly on top of the coop, but she generally stays in the run. Like, she doesn't usually, she'll come out a little bit and then she hops back in. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know if something got her or what. But I feel bad because now my Tom is like sad. I have my not three. I have two now because one got attacked. But my two broad-breasteds that I need to process out. So he still has technically two ladies in there. And then I have babies in the brooder that'll be companions for him, but they're just a little too young to put out. But, you know. I'm going to call Mike at DD5 and have him hide a bunch into the cabin when David is gone, then record when he comes in. That's true. If they're all still on their trip, they could hide. That's true. They could hide some stuff right now, but that would be mean. That would be awful to come home to. And the skunk was coming right for us. I'm telling you, they will eat your chickens. And not so much eat them as just pull their heads off, really, is what they do. They'll eat your eggs. They'll pull your heads off. I had the other day, and I know it had to be a crow. I had collected my eggs, and I had to change my morning routine around a little bit because the animals have shifted around and stuff. So my feeding routine has, you know, as it does throughout the year, it changes a little bit. And so I took my egg basket that I had just collected all my eggs in, and I set it down in front of all my elderberry bushes with one of my empty feed buckets and whatever. And it's kind of my center point between that light pole, between going back to the shop to get something from there or put something back, and then going on to the goats, the dogs, the sheep, the horse, these chickens, you know. So it's sort of like the tipping point. Anyway, so I had stuck the basket there, walked down to do the dogs and the lambs, came back, and the basket was obliterated. There was one egg left in it that had a hole pecked in it. And I just know it was crows. They just demolished that whole round of eggs. So now when I collect the eggs, I bring the whole basket into the mudroom, set it down, and then go back out and finish what I'm doing. Because I'm like, you're not getting them again. It's not happening. So completely harmless until he has a heart attack. That's true. We don't want that happening. David had an armadillo walk right up to him, but Domino chased it off. Oh my goodness. We'll be traveling Thursday through Mississippi on my way to Gulfport, Mississippi. Nice. Right on. Well, hopefully the weather isn't bad for you. It's nice today, but apparently Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we have 75 and 65% chance of thunderstorms. So, and I did hear whispers of potential tornadic activity, which I never like to hear, but is what it is. So, what are you gonna do? Yeah. What? Oh, got you. I see. All right. They are on a cruise right now. They are having a great time with White Rock and Country Road Cure, and they're having a good time. They're having a good time. They're sort of like David and Tim are sort of like the what, the 5th and 6th wheels right now on like a couple's cruise. Oh, bless. That's kind of funny. I just realized that because I was like thinking about the pictures I looked at him earlier, and then I was like, oh, he was wearing one of our shirts. Jason from White Rock was on the cruise, and he's like, and Tara said, oh yeah, because you guys aren't here, so he had to rep you guys. I'm like, oh. So I love that. Did we have success? I guess not, because he walked away and didn't say a word. Oh, there you are. Success or no? Couldn't see it.
Oh, no, it's success.
Oh, success. Okay.
We're not talking.
We're not going to talk about it. I just wanted to know yay or nay. Oh. We like that. Look at, he's here.
What up?
What's
Sorry,
that?
that's very good.
They are a couple, Tim and David. It's a bromance. Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
They're on a cruise together right now
Yeah.
with 2 other married couples.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything bad. They know we love them.
Yeah. White Rock and Country Oak here.
Oh, that's true. Pops went with them. That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. Skunk stew for dinner? Ugh.
Not for me. For the coyotes, maybe.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, your cousin said that she tried to text you and you didn't text her back or something. Where you were supposed to text her back? I don't know. I don't know if she reached out to you first or messaged you or something.
I'll have to look. I don't recall seeing it.
She said that they were traveling and she was going to try to swing through, but you never responded or something. I don't know. I don't know if she texted you, though, or if she messaged you somewhere else.
Oh, all right. Somebody tried to call me on Facebook while I was in a work meeting a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, people like to use like Facebook.
Yeah, that's not my jam.
Phone.
I
I don't have Facebook on my phone.
Yeah.
So if you try to call me on Facebook, you're like trying to call my desktop computer, and I'm not going to answer that.
I hit my head really hard the other day, and it still hurts right there. And
Oh.
you know where I hit it? It's the same place I hit it about the time this heals. I'll hit it again. It's on the corner of the hood of the stove. I lean forward to grab something when I'm cooking, and I hit it right on the corner every time. I need those child guards.
All I'm going to say is the dimensions of that whole workspace have not changed.
I know. And neither has this bruise in about 3 years. Every couple weeks, I do it again.
I hear you, our flipping homestead, all the crap they give me and Ryan, but that's not how I'm built. That's fine. They can sling it if they want, but I'm not. That's not my jam.
I know, but I can do it though.
Okay, you can do whatever you want. You're a grown woman.
That's right. Just kidding. Just kidding. I am excited to see everybody though in a couple weeks. That'll be nice. It'll be a good trip. You're confused. Why do you look confused? Oh, okay.
No. Maybe it'll be a good trip. Maybe it'll suck.
Wow, way to be optimistic.
No, it should be fun.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah.
I'm just nervous about my garden.
I'm nervous about the geese eggs that are going to be hatching while I'm not here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm reaching a point in my life where I don't know about vacations for me anymore. Like, unless they're planned around like when there's nothing going on, instead of everybody wants to go on vacation in the middle of summer. Man, I got stuff going on in the middle of summer. The property's banging.
We have a child in school, and we can't pull her out of school generally in like the middle of the year to like go gallivanting.
Sure we can. Or she doesn't have to go.
Okay.
I'm just over here being selfish in my old age.
I know. Yeah, we are coming to the Mid-American Meetup, Dawn. We will be there with bales on and nothing else. I'm just kidding. No, we'll be there. The Eufaula Lake. I will say it wrong for the rest of my life.
Chinook.
Yeah. I know Auntie Anne's typing furiously right now to spell it out phonetically for me because she does that every time I say it wrong. I do need a hard hat for the kitchen. I also hit my leg and I don't remember what I did. I remember when it happened. It's been like 3 weeks and it still hasn't healed. And I'm like, yeah, you fall.
You fall or you fall
It's
up?
you fall.
Okay.
Falafel.
Nope. Keep the Waffle House out of it.
I do know you, but I still have that bruise and I don't know what I did. But it's still like a knot in there and sore. You see another animal?
Oh, there was stuff going on out there. We'll talk about it later.
Oh,
It's fine.
I need to know. Text it to me.
I went to predate something, and there were other things already trying to predate it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yip, yip, yips.
There was a field full of coyotes out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get them all?
There's a few less.
Okay, cool. I sent the right man for the job. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure something got my Jenny the other day.
Oh, yeah. And that was...
No, my heritage Jenny. I'm down another bird.
Oh, really?
She gone. She gone.
Oh,
and I can't find remnants of her or anything. Like, she just gone.
Well, that wouldn't have been a skunk.
Well, no.
It would have been them dogs.
Yeah.
Cats.
Or I think the one that got the other one the other day, I think was a cat.
Oh, you think it's a bobcat?
I think it was.
I'm going to set the trail cameras up tonight.
Okay.
I got a toolbox full of trail cameras in the shop, and none launched right now because it's not deer season.
Yes, but it's livestock season.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna launch a couple trail cams and see what's out there.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Seriously now. I do need a hard hat for the kitchen. You're right. Let's see. I need a suit of armor for the kitchen. Yeah. Scott Stinger. Hey, y'all from Pontotoc. This is Scott Stinger. Frankie amazed me how well she can run the tractor.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, she's our little tractor queen. She's, yeah. I always tease her about it being an extension of her. Like, she's pretty good with it. MT Homestead's in the house. I spoke about the meetup and they came hither. That's what happens. I know. I can't wait to see you guys too. I'll give you a big old hugs. It's gonna be a good time. Are you guys? Who's hosting that one? Like, you guys are, right? Isn't it you guys? It's you guys mostly. Like, you're the head honchos.
I do have some Wi-Fi cameras that we don't have Wi-Fi out there.
No.
I need to get Wi-Fi extension.
He got
out
the thing.
Into the area. I
he
bought
just
a
hasn't
kit to extend the Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's a whole thing.
We were gonna do it before Freedom Weekend, which is why we bought it when we did. But then all the things happened with everything else all at once, and trying to get everything else ready, and it just got a little. It got to be like, well, this is all that's getting done.
Yeah, I have to drill.
Time to walk away.
I have to drill one hole in the wall from my office to the outside.
Yeah.
Through the brick. And
when you do that, you can put your weather station thing up.
I don't need any holes in the wall for the weather station.
Oh, I thought it had to go through something.
No.
Oh, I don't
know. No, I just have to have the receiving unit for the weather station within a certain distance of it outside on the other side of the wall. But it's not Wi-Fi. It's like Bluetooth. Or maybe not Bluetooth, but it's something. But I bought a big Wi-Fi extender that should launch Wi-Fi into like all the back area.
Because my front house cameras are Wi-Fi, and those work great. Like, I can be somewhere and it'll say like, and I have it programmed so like I can see if it's like, Frankie has walked out the front door or blah blah blah. Like, and it'll just tell me because it knows her face. Yeah, and then like it's funny though because like if you come in looking a hot mess, it'll be like stranger detected on the front door. Like, it hurts my feelings every morning. Let me tell you, every morning I come out looking homeless, and it's like stranger detected. Like, thanks a lot. But no, I know if Frankie's boyfriend's at the front door. I know it tells me. I have their little faces programmed in. I even have the FedEx and the UPS drivers' faces programmed in there now.
Bobby Layton for long bed CJ10.
Oh yeah, he was talking about this guy that he found on the YouTubes that
he's shortening a long bit to a short bit, and the truck's got no rust on it.
losing the trim also.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. Frankie's been out yesterday. She started grinding on the frame. Now that we got the bed off, well, sanding on, not grinding.
Yeah.
But, trying to get as much surface rust as she can off the frame, and then we're gonna probably put there's a chemical that you can put on there that essentially kind of reacts with the rust and
Coke.
No, but
Coke's supposed to eat rust,
work.
isn't it?
And then essentially put a rust encapsulating paint on it.
No.
So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just like Googling this stuff to learn what we need to do. This is not my trade. Like, I don't know what we're doing. I got to make that really clear. Every time we make a video, I don't want people to think that we're making a video on this is how you do this, because I don't know anything.
Somebody said, you're like me, you're a shitty true mechanic.
Yes.
Like, and that's exactly
100%.
We're just figuring it out.
I am not trying to pretend I know what I'm doing with
like
that
he
truck.
knows like obviously more than like me.
I know what a turbinator is.
Yeah, he knows what a turbinator is.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I know those 4 round things.
Yeah.
Those are the wheels. Like, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, but he knows like more than I think you know more than the average bear, the random Gen Z on the street about mechanic stuff.
I have some mechanical inclination. I built a Mustang engine once, and I've used to work in a small engine shop, and I was a small boat engineer in the Navy. Like, went to their version of marine diesel mechanic school, which is pretty basic.
So he knows stuff.
I know a few things, but I am not trying to pretend I know what we're doing out there.
Yeah, he knows the basic. He's figuring it out. There's nothing he can do that's really gonna hurt it.
Right.
I mean,
you can't wreck that truck more than it's wrecked.
Yeah, unless you drive over it with a tank, which we don't have a tank. So.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool though?
Call that guy from back in the day in San Diego. Yeah. He can give you a take.
What was that guy's name? Demolition Ranch that used to go to.
Oh, yeah.
He totally retired. Like, completely gave up social media, everything, shut it down. Crazy.
Can't wait to see Mike shake those new hips at the dance party. Are you what? Talking about MT or this Mike? Etching primer, is that what it's called? Oh, he's asking.
I don't know. If this person knows what they're talking about, then yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, that's Patrick.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Is Patrick a mechanic or a body shop guy? Or I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe. I've started watching my new favorite channel as far as like trying to collect information on rebuilding this truck is called Vice Grip Garage. He's some dude from, I don't know where he's from, like Minnesota or somewhere up there. And he's pretty funny. And he seems to be knowledgeable. So I'm learning a few things from watching a few of his videos.
And yeah, Frankie, I was telling them earlier, Frankie found some guy that does a different kind of like patina paint jobs that she was really kind of digging. And she was kind of steering away from doing patina. And now she's kind of looking at this one guy, and I don't remember where she said she saw him, if it was TikTok or I think it was probably TikTok, but she was kind of like excited about looking at that kind of avenue. So we'll see. Mike has taught her well many things that she will use in her life, like your daughter Jennifer. Yep, that's it's kind of nice to know that, because your dad is not around forever, right? Speak from experience. And there's stuff that, as even a young married woman, sometimes I knew he was busy at work, but my dad was retired. I would call my dad and ask him, not that he didn't know or wasn't capable of helping, fixing, answering the question, but it was just easier, and now he's my go-to because I don't know that stuff. So Frankie will have him for hopefully a very long time. But then after that, she will also have her own knowledge that he's like passed to her.
Yeah, because these boys nowadays,
they don't know all the things. I will say though, her little boyfriend he's a good kid, and he's working on his own vehicle right now, and he's not one of these really inept like, oh, I can't do it kind of kids. but there's also just, I think, a difference in generation.
Yeah, there's just a difference in generations. I mean,
Yeah.
the young men nowadays, pray for them. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Pray for the country.
Yeah. It'll all work out. It'll all work out. My son-in-law can barely change a tire. Oh yeah, see, that would be, I don't know, as a woman, I find that like a turnoff if a man can't do some manly stuff and doesn't have some knowledge in some manly areas. Probably very much the way that like a man would be like, well, if a woman doesn't know how to do basic household things or at least some basic cooking, like that would be a turnoff. Like, you know what I mean? I would think. And I didn't know how to cook when we first met at all. My mom never taught me. So I had to learn.
Still learning.
Hey, that's me. He just doesn't like it if I make too much healthy stuff in a row. I have to throw in something that's like a comfort food.
Right.
Otherwise, he's like, what are you trying to do? Keep me healthy?
I ate kale again for lunch today.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
And tofu. I ate kale and tofu for lunch today and yesterday and for dinner the night before. Luckily, it's almost gone.
Guess what dinner is tonight, too? Just kidding. I didn't cook anything because it was Wednesday. But I didn't realize you'd
I'm
already
thawing
eaten
some
it.
steaks up.
I'll whip something up if you need me to, but I still have to go get the kid. So there's that. I'm no fabricator or mechanic, but I did the body work on my old 74 Duster. I'm working on my 66 GMC. I basically know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah,
fair,
that's good.
fair. And we always have, you know, Lindsay and Drew to pick their brain as well from Drew's Lens. So, you know, we've already picked their brains a couple of times about this truck. But we'll just pick it some more until there's nothing left. Because they have experience with that and all that good stuff.
And there's, you know, when I was young, YouTube University didn't exist. You know, you couldn't like go online and see 50 different videos of somebody else like rebuilding the front end suspension on your 1969 Camaro or whatever.
It wasn't,
you know,
in the encyclopedia.
Right.
Like I would ask a question and they'd be like, "Go look it up in the encyclopedia," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know." Yeah.
Yeah. What were those blue books that we had?
I don't know what blue books were. We had red.
Somebody chime in. I had a blue book that had like all the schematics, the breakdown for everything for my Mustang, and you know, like line drawings of how everything goes together. And was it the Chilton's Manual? I think it was called the Chilton's Manual. Yeah, Chilton.
Yeah, Chilton.
Yeah.
Chilton books.
Yeah, I had, and those were, everybody had those. Like, you know, if you didn't have that, you were hosed. Yeah. But now, you just pull your phone out, right? And you're like,
because it used to be you'd say like, "Oh, go look it up" to your kid or whatever. Now we say, "Google it."
How many bolts,
times a day do I say to Frankie, "Google it"?
Where are the bolts located? Boom, it's right there. It is.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't have the manual, you were host. Figure it out. It's a different world we live in.
Greg says, "Nice moves on Kenny when you were climbing over it. When the truck bed was coming off."
Needed.
Did you watch that video yet?
Yeah. Needed a little weight on the front end to even out that bed, and I had a little weight to put on there.
To even out the bed?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody I saw a little bit ago said they didn't know if DD5 there was no post. So I'm assuming if the weather was bad by Mama V, that the weather is not great by DD5, and if that's the case, they may not be going live. I don't know if that's changed. If maybe they've posted something since then, but I don't know.
I wonder if you can still get Chilton manuals.
They still make them, but they also tells them not to drink the antifreeze in the manuals, I'm guessing. Don't eat the Tide Pods when you're reading the washing machine instructions, right? Had to get a Wi-Fi extender for my shop so I could watch YouTube while working on Canna Junior.
Yeah, that's the other thing is where I'm going to put the Wi-Fi extender. It should throw Wi-Fi into the shop. So, but I mean,
Well, and we have those other cameras out there. We just don't have Wi-Fi on them in order to
Right.
make them happy at the moment.
In order to be able to see them.
Yeah,
We
were
would
having
have to
pull
go
the
like pull the
cards,
cards.
which
We're not gonna
we're
do
not
that.
gonna do that. Which honestly, the trail cam, you have to do the same thing. So putting up a trail cam, but this man is diligent about pulling the trail cam footage during deer season.
Oh yeah.
But like, I could tell him, I'd be like, man, I've had so many animal attacks or this or that, and he'll be like, oh yeah, I have trail cams. Yeah. It's not as fun as watching deer, I guess, or looking for deer. They still haven't posted anything about a live. I guess they're not gonna go live. Hopefully they're.
What did I see
All
them
right.
post today? No, I saw them post something a little while
They
ago.
posted their new video. I think it was either this morning or late yesterday. I don't remember when I saw it, but
I saw something on Facebook. I was working, but I posted a couple of pictures on Facebook from my garden, and you know, you can't open Facebook without scrolling for a minute. And then I was like, I gotta get out of here. Goodbye, Facebook.
starts fighting with liberals, and then it's all over.
Which is why I don't have Facebook on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to get sucked down the Facebook rabbit hole.
Anyway, guys, it's about that time. So maybe no DD5 tonight, but you still have Mike and Terry at 8 o'clock. So you go get yourself some dinner, have a piece of wine, something, and then come back in and see MT and give them some love.
Yeah, I'm glad we had this chat because now I'm going to go see if I can find a Chilton's manual for Frankie's truck. That'd be awesome.
Neil S., what's going on? Got built a 4x8 coupe with a 16-foot run. Nice.
There you go.
Got an
Now
order
we're
to build
talking.
it. Nice. I had a video today about a bunch of wood off the marketplace. Oh yeah, that's what I saw today. Yeah. Your oldest Ryan was a ASE certified mechanic, but owns his own business now. We pay his phone bill, so he works on our cars. Nice. That's a good deal. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. And
he was named after Nolan Ryan, I believe, if I remember the story correctly. Because like somebody was a giant fan of Nolan Ryan. Tell me if that's right, Laura. I seem to remember somebody telling me that story.
Anyway, we don't know. We appreciate you. Love you too, Auntie Ann. And you usually miss MT. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, second son is named Nolan. Ryan, then Nolan. There you go.
Nolan, then Ryan.
Well,
yeah, Ryan first,
yeah.
then Nolan. Yeah. But
anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. Make sure you watch the video on Friday of acquiring the new lambs. And if you haven't watched the one from yesterday on Frankie's truck bed removal, make sure you go check it out. It is chock full of hazardous moments and funny. Frankie was in rare form. Let's just say that.
it was fun.
It was fun. Anyway, appreciate you guys. As always, stay blessed. And remember,
safety's off.
There you go.